If you've mastered basic chord progressions, then you can probably play something like this. But you really want to sound like this. Now it's a very simple progression. The chords are C major in second inversion, G over B, A minor in second inversion, and F major in root position. Now if you're still not sure and you have no idea what this means, check out my free beginner courses. I explain everything in detail, the link below. I'll show you how to make your playing sound less like you're reading from a chord sheet and more like you're a piano pro with 10 plus years of experience. The first idea is to connect the top notes. Now I go into this in more depth in my recent video, but the simple gist is you want to add little melodies like this by adding a note below or above the top note of the chord you're playing and connect them like this or like this. Which already makes a huge difference and you sound a whole lot less robotic. So the second idea is to listen to melodies and come up with your own. Now you can listen to your favorite artists, pop music, and just get a feel for melodies, and this helps you create your own when you play something like this and work with ideas of connecting the top note. So you can just play a single note in the right hand and try to get a feel for how melodies work. Often there are very, very simple steps, no crazy jumps, very simple scale movements often, and try to get it to sound maybe like a pop song. And then you can add a chord below. And really what this breaks down to is thinking like a singer. If we play piano, the danger is often that we keep going and it's just this endless like string of notes which sound nice and they all work within the key, but there's no further meaning behind these notes. So if you think like a singer, what does a singer have to do? A singer has to take a breath. So I want you in your playing to take figuratively and literally a breath. So let's play. Breath. Breath. And it starts to make a lot more sense and actually sound like music and less like just you're playing notes like a machine. I also want you to start being creative with your patterns. So maybe you've learned some basic patterns as well. For example, something like this or like this. And you can start combining these again with the other ideas of connecting the melody and then incorporating interesting patterns. For example, you can play something like this. Just play around with it, start figuring out what works for you, and try to explore new things. The last tip is to just experiment. So sit down at your piano and give yourself maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. Just set a timer for that duration and try to come up with new things. And I found very often what helped me and what I was taught in the music conservatory as well is to force yourself to play the same thing for a long amount of time. Now, if I sit and play this progression for 5 minutes straight, I would have to come up with new ideas and new ways to make it sound interesting, because it would just get really, really boring really quickly for me. So if you always fall into the same habits when you play the piano, then I would suggest set a timer for 5 minutes, take a simple progression like this one, and your brain will come up with new ideas, believe me. Use the above tips in the video, and if you want to go more into detail with chord progressions like this one, if you want slow play along videos and exercises, then my beginner courses would be perfect for you. They're completely free to watch. Click the link in the description or in the pinned comment to check them out. And I'll see you guys again in the next lesson.